What's going on, guys? Some freaking Flash info has leaked, and man, oh man, could it be a doozy. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know from the start of this video, if you do not like spoilers, you probably don't want to look at this information. Now, for sure, this is not 100% guaranteed. This could not even be part of the finale. But if it is part of the finale, man, it could give away a lot. You have been warned, so let's go ahead and jump into this information. So, on an Instagram page called World of Flash, they have released some videos from what they claim to be the season finale of The Flash. And here, I took some screenshots of it. You can go to this Instagram page and watch all the videos for yourselves. I just wanted to show you that they do exist. And it is of Barry Allen, The Flash, saying goodbye to everyone. And there is this mystery red-headed woman right here who is more than likely his mom. What is Barry's mom doing in the real world? Assuming this is actually the real world. And on top of that whole thing of Barry saying his goodbyes, there has also been a release of the cast list for the season finale, and motherfucking Eddie is on the cast list. What? And I know a lot of you people are like, Savitar is Eddie, Savitar is Eddie, Savitar is Eddie, because anytime there is a reveal in this damn show, everybody says Eddie. Eddie or Ronnie are the two names that everybody brings up when there's going to be a reveal in this show. They could literally say, freaking, the reveal of this person is gonna be a woman, and somebody would be like, it's Eddie, a female version. I don't know what it is about you people and Eddie, but they love to freaking bring up his name, and a lot of people are like, there's a lot of evidence, blah, 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 blah. We'll go ahead and see what happens. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Eddie reveal, but it's very possible, but we'll see. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I think's happening in these videos and what I think about the whole Eddie being on the finale thing, because they kind of go hand in hand. Alright, one thing I want to do before we start is that the World of Flash here, I'm going to take their information with a grain of salt. Their video evidence, watcha, it's there. I believe that. But is it the finale? I don't know if it's the finale. It could be an interesting way to end the finale. I'll give them that. But before this video that they posted on here, they have two posts that say someone in these photos will die. And in these photos, I can clearly see Barry, HR, Iris, Gypsy, Bay, Cisco, Wally, Killer Frost, Jay Garrick, and Joe. So this Instagram account claims that they know one of these people will die. I mean, we could easily be guessing like we do on this show. That's what they could be doing in Instagram form. So they're saying that somebody in those pictures is going to die, and then they posted this video of Barry saying all his goodbyes. Now, if this were, let's just say that their theory of somebody is going to die is true, the one person from these photos to these videos is missing is Killer Frost. I'm gonna pump the brakes real quick on that whole someone's gonna die theory and just go back to these photos real quick, because one thing is you see Killer Frost with the whole gang. I thought she was gonna be bad. It seemed like she was gonna be bad, but at this point I think she's a good person, because if you really look at this photo, it looks like she's wearing red lipstick, you know, maybe to cover up the blue, you know, icy lips. And she's looking all Khaleesi right here. And she's right next to Wally. I think just the way they're walking, it kind of looks like she's holding his hand. But it's not really, because they're actually technically not holding hands. But I don't know. They're walking real close together. And that's just what's happening. So if their theory of somebody who's going to die is real, and we see these videos right here and Caitlyn isn't there, we would assume Caitlyn is the one that's going to die. But I call bullshit, because Caitlyn is right here in these photos, right, with them. They're all wearing the same clothes as they're wearing in the videos. So unless something happens between, I guess, a morning funeral and then whatever's happening at night here, that means Caitlyn would be the one to die there if their theory is true. But they're all just wearing the same damn outfit. I don't think they would stay in the same outfit from, you know, morning to end or whatever. And I just don't see Caitlyn dying. So I don't think that that theory right there is 100% true. Because they're all wearing the same damn clothes. So all of that's going to happen in one whole episode. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an explanation to why Caitlyn isn't there and why Gypsy is, because if you pay close attention to the videos, Gypsy is there right next to Cisco. Now let's solely talk about the videos first, because if you go through them, like I said, go to this Instagram page, watch them for yourself. But in these videos, there is clearly everybody there except Jesse Quick and Killer Frost. That's everybody on the team, but everybody else is there, and including Gypsy and Barry's mom for some reason. And if you watch every single one of the videos, Barry is just going to like each of them and is more than likely saying goodbye, because the last video shows him talking to Iris, and as he's walking away, she's starting to cry and stuff like that. So more than likely, Barry is saying goodbye to everybody. But the big question is, why is he saying goodbye, and why the fuck is his mom there? And I'm curious if everybody can see freaking Barry's mom, or only Barry can. But with this little screen grab right here I got from one of the videos, it looks like everybody is clearly looking at her, so I'm going to assume that they can all see Barry's mom, which is crazy because she's dead. Did Barry go back in time and try to save his mom for the quadrillionth time? I don't know. That's how Flashpoint started. Are we going to get the end of Flashpoint? Does he have to go back to Flashpoint to try to make this whole thing not happen again? I doubt that's what they're going to do. But why the hell is his mom there? The reason why I think she is there is she could be the freaking Speed Force. And I think that might be the reason, because if you guys go watch these videos and if you pay attention, there is one face there that will make you go, whoa, why is that person there? And that is Jay Garrick. Homeboy is supposed to be locked in the damn Speed Force right now, where Savitar was supposed to be, but he broke out and then he trapped Wally in there, and then Jay Garrick went in there and took his place, and now he is freaking out of the Speed Force. So, why is he released? That means that Savitar has been beat, unless that Jay Garrick is from another world, and we're just getting into so crazy things with the multiverse. Alright, this is what I think is happening here. I think Barry is saying all of his goodbyes to everybody because he is going to sacrifice himself to the Speed Force like he thought, or like he felt he should have done when Jay Garrick took his place. That's why he went in there originally. He was going to replace himself with Wally, and I think that is what's going to happen here, and he is going to sacrifice himself to the Speed Force to save everybody else's life and not to keep Jay trapped in there, because, you know, Jay had to go through the stuff with Zoom, blah, 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 and Jay's had to suffer in that already. So I think that is how this season will end, with Barry sacrificing himself, and it'll be super crazy and an awesome ending, because then it's going to leave everybody thinking, like, how the hell is Barry going to get out of the Speed Force? And it could also be the reason why the freaking article of 2024 of the Flash missing. But Juice, this isn't 2024. That is a really good point, Nugget. Oh man, I didn't really think about that. They could change the timeline, and the whole I guess paper could change to 2017. The Flash disappears, or maybe freaking Future Flash or Emo Flash comes to the freaking past, and he takes the place of freaking Barry and disappears. That just seems really complicated. Fuck the paper. I just think that Barry Allen is going to sacrifice himself to the Speed Force to get Jay out after they beat Savitar. Because he said, we're coming back for you. And I think that is exactly what he's going to do. And he's just going to say his goodbyes. And he's going to tell everybody, like, this is, you know, you got Wally here. I've done too much to your guys' lives to actually, you know, it's my time to pay the dues, because everybody's been suffering because of my stuff. And that's kind of what every season has been of every superhero thing this whole season. Like Legends, freaking Arrow. Everybody's been paying the price for what they've done. Although I'm not caught up on Supergirl. I don't know if her season's going that way. But still, like, everybody seems to be like, oh my god, everybody's paying for all my bad decisions. And I think Barry is going to try to make up for that, because he's changed everybody's lives. That's what happened at the start of the season. He changed everybody's freaking lives. And I think he's going to be like, this is the safest thing, and this is what I deserve for changing so much in all your guys' lives. I'm gonna sacrifice myself right now to end this or whatever. Because, I don't know. I mean, he could trap Mother of God. I just thought of something. What if they're coming up with a scheme to trap Savitar back in the Speed Force and that gets Jay Garrick out? But what? And then things? The reason why I'm questioning my theory of Barry sacrificing himself is just because of that little smidge of somebody has to be in that like purgatory of the Speed Force for Jay to get out. But I'm pretty sure the Speed Force could be like, look, we can give you a moment of time to say your goodbyes, but you have to come back and somebody has to be there. I don't know how they're going to defeat Savitar. I would assume that they're going to try to put him back in there, but I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe Barry fights Savitar in the Speed Force and he gets him back in there, and that's when we figure out his identity by seeing his past. Like, we see his, like, one thing of just like, oh my God, that's his hell of seeing the same thing over and over, because, you know, everybody's saying like, this is that person, it's that person, it's that person. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. But since we kind of got, I think, what's going to happen at the end with Barry sacrificing himself, let's talk about who we think Savitar could be now that we know he's going to die or something because, you know, Jay's out. Or did they replace him with somebody else? That moves on to the whole Eddie thing and Eddie being on the finale cast list on, you know, for the show. So everybody's like, oh my God, Eddie! And I know a lot of you guys want that to be, and it could be. I'm not going to throw that out the window. It could definitely be Eddie. You know, they do say that you're going to be totally surprised. You know, Eddie's been gone since season 1. And he could be, I don't know, a lot of people's theories don't make sense to me. Everybody's like, oh yeah, he got sucked into the Speed Force, and that's why he's got his speed now, blah, 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 blah. There's just, I haven't seen a legit theory out there that makes sense to me yet. A lot of people are adding stuff that hasn't happened in the show. They're just kind of be like, oh yeah, if they just do this, and it's like, you guys gotta have like legit evidence for this to happen. You can't just make shit up. So like, I don't know, that's why when I come up with my theories, I try to have them all connect somehow. But it could be Eddie. But I do want to throw some wrenches in the freaking gears real quick, because just because you see him listed on an IMDb page for the finale does not mean that he will be there. One, because people can just go in there and add that shit. Like, it's kind of like Wikipedia. People can go in there and add stuff to IMDb, so it's not 100% legit. Two, this has happened before where people have sent me like, oh my God, he's on there, blah, 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 like he's gonna be there, and it hasn't come true. Best example is everybody kept sending me stuff during the Gotham Jerome arc that Hugo Strange was going to be in one of the episodes, and I believe it was the second episode, and he was not in the damn show at all. He did not show up in 3 episodes, but he was listed on the IMDb page. So that just goes to show you that those are not 100% accurate, and you should take them with a grain of salt. So it is very possible that Eddie is not even going to be on that damn episode. But since we see Barry's mom here, it is very possible that Eddie will be on this show, but it could be another aberration or whatever from the Speed Force that is just showing up, and it's like, Eddie's like, dude, it's time to come. Like, you have to replace, you know, Jay in the spot or whatever. It could be something of that nature, and that is why he's listed there, because we already saw that earlier this season, that he was the one telling Barry, like, we're not going to be that nice to you this time. We gave you your powers for a reason. You kind of abused them, blah, blah. And that particular episode is why I feel like it's not Eddie, because why would they show us Eddie during the season, and then he becomes Savitar at the end? You know, I just don't feel like they would do that to us. I think they would have kept him out of the whole season, and then the reveal of him being Eddie would have just blown everybody away. So I don't see it being Eddie. A lot of people are saying Jay Garrick because he's there right now. Well, these videos kind of debunk that, because he's right there chilling with everybody. If Jay Garrick was Savitar, 1, that would be the stupidest thing ever, Flash. And then, you know, 2, he's right there. He's all cool and buddy-buddy with everybody, so I don't see it being Jay either. So yeah, sorry to be the party pooper on your Eddie parade, but, you know, there's very strong chances that it won't be him. It could be him, by all means, but I just don't see it being him unless they're gonna have some, like, crazy theory about him. I don't know, because he literally died, and then, like, I don't know, everybody's just using that he got sucked into the Speed Force as why he's Savitar. But it doesn't make any sense to me because with Jay Garrick's story that he was talking about, he said Savitar was the first speedster. That's how he got his power and blah, blah, blah. Eddie wasn't even a freaking Flash was Flash before Eddie was even got sucked into the Speed Force, so he wouldn't be the first speedster. And then, like, I don't know, there's just some of the theories out there are pretty ridiculous, but I don't see it happening. I want to say it's going to be somebody we don't know, but then, you know, with Caitlyn, or as Killer Frost says, like, oh, you're going to be so surprised. I don't know, it kind of blows my mind with the whole thing. I would love for it to be somebody just we didn't know, like Barry's mom would be awesome. You'd just be like, what? Her reason for hating Barry is just being a disappointment by deleting the freaking timeline every time. Barry, that would disappoint me if I was a father and you were my son. Ruining everybody's lives and shit. So Savitar could still be anybody, really, but I do think that Barry is going to sacrifice himself at the end of this season, and I think it would be really interesting because then everybody's going to be like, what's going to happen to the Flash in season 4? How's it going to come back? It'll just be a nice little interesting cliffhanger to start the following season. Of course, they'll get him back somehow, but it'll be interesting to see what they do to bring him back. But there is one more question I want to kind of put out there, going by this whole situation with, you know, the world of Flash. If somebody is supposed to die, my biggest question is, or, you know, if somebody's supposed to die, and this is the finale episode, I want to know, why the hell is everybody dressed in black? But seriously, I do want to know why everybody is dressed in black. And, like I said, we see Killer Frost here in these photos. She's also dressed in black. So that they all more than likely attended a funeral. But whose funeral would that be? It's not Gypsy. She's there in the video. And it's not Malfoy. Malfoy's there in the video. Which I kind of like that Malfoy's there. I mean, like I said, this couldn't be the finale. It could not be the finale. But I'm really hoping that means that Malfoy's going to stay on the show. I would love for him to stay on the show. But anyways, besides that, you want to know who, besides freaking Killer Frost, who's not in that video? Jessie. Whoa! What does that mean, Juice? What does that mean? It could mean nothing, actually, to be honest. She's on another world, so it's probably that she's not in these episodes. But what if Jessie comes back to try to help with the Savitar stuff and she dies? What if she is fast enough to get to Iris, but she's only fast enough to push Iris out of the way and maybe take the hit and she dies? Oh, that would be crazy. Right, that would be freaking crazy. What if there is a 3-team freaking Flash thing going on, and instead of losing Iris, Barry doesn't lose Iris, and Wally doesn't lose Iris, but Wally loses Jessie, and HR, that's not her daughter, but my brain just stopped me midway when I was saying that freaking Jessie would sacrifice herself for Iris and she gets killed. And then I was thinking, if HR, not HR, but if Harrison Wells was the damn villain again, which I would be super pissed, if he was Savitar, he would have a reason to be pissed at Barry, because then freaking their whole shenanigans was the reason why he ends up killing his own daughter, and that is his purgatory of him constantly killing his daughter over and over and over. And he knew that Wally was in love with his daughter, so he knew that he could use Wally's ego against him to actually get him out of the Speed Force and get his revenge on Barry and everybody else. Holy shit! That would be crazy, although I would hate it that Harrison Wells is a villain again. But man, that's interesting. That would also make sense why somebody would kill Iris. Because like I said, future Barry killing Iris doesn't make sense to me. Eddie killing Iris doesn't make sense to me because he was in love with her. And just a lot of other people killing Iris doesn't make sense to me. But HR killing Iris because he ends up killing Jessie when she saves him, that would be insane. That is a lot. That's a lot to go off of. But man, I don't know. My brain just stopped me halfway through that. That would be awesome. Don't think it's going to happen, but pretty legit. But I am thinking that it's very possible that everybody's dressed in black and somebody died. If somebody has to die, it's Jessie. Who freaking else could it be? Cisco's there, Gypsy's there, Iris is there, Barry's there, HR's there, freaking Wally, Killer Frost, Jay, Joe. everybody's there. Unless Joe's girl dies, but that wouldn't be a big freaking crazy reveal. I don't know. And plus, I don't know where World of Flash gets their information, but they say somebody's gonna die. That is a theory. Nobody even knows that. Nobody could die at all. But I don't know. That's interesting. And that's all the info I got for you guys. I just wanted to go over it. Just wanted to throw my brain freaking thoughts out there and see, burp, what you guys thought about everything and how your head is going on right now, since we don't have any Flash right now and all these little photos are starting to come out. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think Savitar is? How do you think the episode's going to end now? And what do you think is going on with these whole videos from this Instagram account? Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Flash buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I made a little juice? See you guys next time. Bye!